Abdul El-Sayed, if recreational marijuana legalization is on the ballot this fall, how will you cast your personal ballot? And if it passes and you're governor, how would you implement legalization? Let's start with Abdul El-Sayed.
Listen, this is a civil rights issue. Fact is that if you're African American in this country, you're 3.3 times as likely to be arrested for marijuana possession despite no higher likelihood of use. It is the reason why we have brimming jails and we don't have the means of investing in our schools. And so we've got to legalize. Also, as a doctor, I know that sometimes people need this medication as treatment. And right now, we don't know how to use it because it's illegal. And so we've got to stand up and make sure that we can test this. We've got to stand up and make sure that this is no longer the civil rights issue that sustains. And one of the things we have to remember is that right now, there is a chance that when this is legalized, you've got big corporations that move in and take the wealth and the money from this out of local communities. We've got to make sure that we are investing in local entrepreneurs and local communities. We've got to make sure that we are studying the use of cannabis as a medication. We've got to make sure that we are using the money that comes out of this to invest in our schools and invest in our roads, things that the current administration under Lieutenant Governor have not done.
Brian Calley.
I don't support recreational marijuana legalization. If the people do approve it, of course, I will respect the will of the voters. But you know what I'm much more concerned about than that is the opioid addiction epidemic. That's why I led the opioid task force here in our state. It is taking so many lives every year. It is stealing away futures from our kids and from our parents. I've seen it completely destroy lives. People in this room, I know that just a group this size, I don't care what your socioeconomic status is, that it has hit you. But there are no throwaway people. And we can't treat addiction by throwing people in jail. We have to help people get past that addiction. We have to provide treatment in order to help people get better, help the brain to heal, get over the addiction. And I think if we spend our time focusing on the important things like that, that we'll build a better future for ourselves, our kids, and our grandkids.
Abdul El-Sayed.
So as a doctor, I can tell you that the reason we have a raging opioid epidemic is because we've got an issue with treating people with pain. Marijuana is a pretty good way to do that. And the fact is that those two things are connected. As a doctor, I know the responsibility we have to the opioid epidemic. I'm uniquely well situated to think through how we raise funds for mental health that have been cut and cut and cut by Republican administrations, and how we make sure we bring doctors together and create prescription guidelines that are enforceable. If we want to fix this problem, we can't just talk about it, we got to be about it. As a former health commissioner, I know exactly how to do that.
And Brian Calley.
Of course, I support medical marijuana and the use of medical marijuana. It may very well have a role to play in defeating the opioid addiction epidemic. I've seen it make a difference in the lives of people that have seizure disorders or people that have cancer and need to get over nausea and achieve weight gain. I mean, it has a really important part, and I will defend that till the end.